this is Joy. So I know we were gonna do yoga outdoors today and at Davis Field, but it is raining, so I wanted to live stream, and I wanted to let you guys know every Thursday I'll be making sure that we have yoga at 6 so that you guys can count on that. I know that it's really hard to sometimes find a balance in your life to like make time for you and do those things that make you feel good. So if you plan on yoga at 6 on Thursday, we will make sure there's a class. So whether it's out in the field or whether it's, you know, live streaming from this page, if it's ever bad weather, we'll just live stream from this page. Otherwise, we will be out in the field. And then once we get our studio opened, we will be having Thursday yoga at 6 p.m. there as well. So we're just going to continue Thursday 6 p.m. yoga. So you can always count on that. And I'm just really hoping anyone who wants to join in just jumps on, and I'm really excited to do this class with you guys. So we have a couple extra minutes. Again, I just went on a little bit early today. But you really don't need any props unless you want to. If you have any blocks at home that you want to use, if you use those normally for triangle pose or anything like that, where you need to just get a little more stretch through your legs and reach to something to balance, that is totally fine. But I will just be guiding you through prop free, and really just need yourself and, you know, water or whatever, any surface you're comfortable moving on. So again, I just got here a little early. We're like not quite at 6 o'clock yet. So this also can be done later. So if you have not got a chance to get on tonight, you know, and you see this later on, just start it from the beginning and you can do the whole class. And then guys, any of you who would like to donate to me for this class, I would greatly appreciate it, because we're just trying to get some things together still for the studio to happen. So it's more than appreciated, and you can just send through Facebook Messenger Pay, through my personal page, my Joy Elizabeth Morris page, which I believe is throughout the Move with Joy page. You can see that tag, and it's tagged above in this video as well. But other than that, we will get started. I see someone's joined in. So again, guys, I was just letting you know very quickly that we will be doing Thursday yoga at 6 p.m. every Thursday, whether it's live streaming or outdoors. So it'll be outdoors unless it's bad weather. Otherwise, we will be here. So make sure you can always count on that Thursday yoga. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and we will get started. So we're going to start with our feet about hip width apart. And what we're going to do today is just really start by grounding our feet. So let's lift up our toes, and I want you guys to think about stretching each toe at a time on your mat. And this is just to, again, really get our feet grounded and ready to move here. And as you're stretching each toe down into your mat, let's try now reversing. Most of us naturally would do baby toe to big toe, but now I'm going to start trying big toe to baby toe and just see how that feels a little different. Once you feel all your toes stretched on the mat, you can kind of grip the mat with your feet or grip the floor if you're on a floor. And we're going to begin to sway our body side to side. So I like to really feel the toes gripping the floor. You can let your hips sway. You can let your head and shoulders sway, whatever feels good. And I like to start to add a bit of a twist. So this has kind of been a theme throughout the day, at least for me, is that releasing and letting go. There's often a lot of things out of our control. So we do what we can to make life best that we can make it for ourselves in each day, and some days it's much easier for us. But just knowing that even when things are out of our control, letting go can open us up to new things. So think about those tighter spaces in your body, let them go as you sway, and just start to find maybe those places in your back. Maybe find some rounding, let any tension go, but keep those feet firm, steady, and grounded. So as you're doing this again, it can be as vigorous or as slow as you like. And when you feel ready, let that motion naturally die down. You may feel your arms tingle. Just take a nice deep breath in. Maybe close your eyes. And then exhale. Roll your shoulders back. Breathe. Feel your palms open, wrists open. Just take a few moments here. Chest open and heart open. And just take this moment to look inward and ask yourself, what is it that you want more of in your life today? And sometimes we might surprise ourselves with our answer. It might be something as simple as more sleep or more time for other things, whatever that is for you, something that brings you joy. So just adding that into your practice today as you inhale, making those conscious decisions every day, setting that intention to make decisions that are going to bring us closer to what it is we want more of in our life. So for example, if we want more love in our life, checking that when we respond to others, we're responding with love as well, putting that love out there to bring back to ourselves. So we take one more breath in here. Exhale. and then sweep the arms high. With your left hand, grab your right wrist. We're gonna give a big pull up and over to the side. And I want you guys to think of opening up through the rib cage. Sometimes when we pull our arm, we cross over our face, but let's open up through the rib. Maybe gaze up under the arm. Really feel a beautiful stretch. Breathe in. And then we'll exhale, come up. Let's switch sides. Big, beautiful pull up and over. Lengthen and open up that side waist. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more breath in. And as we exhale, come back up. Let's take our hands to the low back. Shoulders roll back. Hips press forward. Arch back. And just feel your hips press forward. I'm going to kind of show this from the side here. So I want to think about my sternum coming up more so than my hips pressing forward. So I'm going to try to keep my hips pretty steady and just keep, again, those feet grounded. Breathing in. And then exhale, think of stacking your spine back up nice and slowly. Beautiful. Hands behind your back. Shoulders pull away from the ears. Arms draw down the back. Pressing the heart forward. Let's take a forward fold. So as we're here, deep breaths in. Big exhales. Letting any tension release through the shoulders. Upper back as you draw the arms down and draw your forehead closer towards your legs. Feel free here to release the arms at any point when you're ready. So your body's very heavy. And then we're going to go ahead and slowly roll back up to standing. I'm just going to turn back forward here. Arms are up. We're going to make a little elbow clasp with those arms. Lift from one side from the rib cage and tip over. Feel that beautiful stretch. Breathe in. Think of pushing your hip into that side. And then stack back through center, nice and slowly. So we're thinking about opening deeper by pressing the hip away. So let your hips shift into one leg, pull away, feel that stretch. And then bring those hips back center, slowly pull up. Now lift your gaze, lift your chest, lift your heart, arch your back. But just like we talked about earlier, don't dump into the hips. Lift from your sternum. Inhale and then exhale, round through the upper back. Keep the arms clasped and let's just fold. As we're here, let your upper body sway side to side, breathing in. Exhaling, really, really releasing. Again, any of those tighter places in the body. And letting go of anything that's holding you back here. Any places in our body that we're trying to hold on to, let that go. And then release the arms. Take a slow roll back to standing. And we're going to now step up to the top of our mat. So we're going to have mat space behind us. We're going to sweep our arms up, inhale. Exhale, sit the hips back, pull the elbows back, lift our heels. Lower our heels and then sweep the arms forward again. And pull back with the elbows, lift the heels. Lower the heels, arms sweep forward. Two more here, pull back. Arms forward, one more time, pull those elbows back, breathe in. Exhale, lower the heels, arms forward, push through the legs, lift the chest. Now bring the palms in front of the heart, sit back. Left elbow outside the right knee, gaze over your top shoulder. You can stay here. You can open your arms if you like. Whatever feels good here, breathe in. Exhale, one more breath in. If your arms are open, exhale, place your palms together. We're going to try to stay in our twist and lunge the left leg back, okay? And this may be a little challenging, so if you need to get into it a little differently, maybe using your hands, that's okay. All right, guys, if you want to open your arms, go ahead. If you want to wrap your pose, go ahead. Whatever feels good for you. I even sometimes like to drop the knee here, and some people may find that less comfortable. So whatever feels good for you. Again, I'm always encouraging you guys to listen to your body. So much more important to listen to how you're feeling each day than what an instructor or anyone else is telling you or suggesting, because your body is very intelligent and knows better than anyone else. So we're going to take one more breath in. Exhale, unwind. We're going to raise those arms up, stretch through this front leg, flex the foot, let your chest come over that thigh, and just stretch here. So we call this a half split, okay? I'm going to show you guys a few variations. You may just want to stay just as I'm showing here, kneeling and leaning over your straight leg. Some people like to sit further back. Feel free to stay here. Deep breaths in and out. Just let your chest fall over that thigh. And then for those of you that want more of that hip and hamstring stretch, you're welcome to do more of a full split. Slide the leg out. Maybe you're holding halfway, or maybe you're all the way down. And of course, you can choose, if you're all the way down, to arch, to just sit center, or to come forward. So guys, these options are really what feels best in your body. Some days for me, just because I can do a split, some days it may feel better in the body. So kind of go for what you're feeling. Again, what feels like what you need today. And part of the process is learning that, like learning to listen to what we need. So one more breath in. As exhale, press our hands into the mat. So wherever you're at, maybe you're in the half split, maybe you're back here and you need to press up and forward, but wherever you're at, place that front foot back down, that right foot, tuck your left toes, lift up, and we're gonna step this foot in enough that we create a triangle shape with our legs. From there, we're gonna let our chest fold over that front leg. So as you're here, guys, again, if you like have blocks at home and you wanna use those, you can. If you wanna hold your ankle, your knee, maybe you're up here. But if you can reach the floor, again, feel free to go there. We're gonna take a few breaths here. So lots of forward folding and lots of inversions today, just with our head below our heart. Bringing more blood flow towards our brain, thinking about increasing our creativity, opening our mind, and getting a new perspective. So looking at things from an upside down view, seeing what that maybe means to you, whether it's just how it really looks or how you feel as you look a different way. So just a couple of moments just noticing that. And then we're going to shift our weight to our front leg. We're going to soften through the knee as we shift. So if you're someone who this is like as straight as your leg wants to go while you lift this, you can stay right here. And you'll be tucking in and you'll be stretching. Maybe this leg doesn't fully straighten. For others, you can tuck in and stretch a bit higher. Your legs may fully straighten or they are very close to it. So my goal for you is not to get to those fully straight legs, but to go to where it's a stretch for you. This one is so good for the ankles, knees, and hips. Really opening everything up, lubricating those joints. So take your time, really think about melting everything in, breathing in, and then exhale, stretching everything apart. One more time, breathe in, exhale, stretch everything apart there, and then we're gonna lift our gaze. We're gonna try to sweep one hand back, the other hand back, and come all the way to standing. Plant both feet, and hopefully one leg feels quite different from the other now. Breathe in, lift your chest. Exhale, big forward fold. So as we forward fold, we should notice one leg much more stretched out at this point. So we're gonna lift our chest, lift our gaze, kind of bending through the knees. So almost like a monkey pose, but knees are bent. And then we're gonna sweep the arms up through that chair pose. We're gonna twist the other way this time. So palms together, right elbow outside of the left knee, gaze over the left shoulder, maybe stay here, maybe you lunge that right leg back. So keep lifting your gaze, looking over that top shoulder. Breathe here. You're welcome to open the arms if you wish. You're welcome to wrap the pose if you wish. Again, I even sometimes enjoy bringing that knee down. So just take your time. Breathing in. Exhaling. Very good job. Couple more breaths here. All right, as we unwind, hands around the front foot. If your back knee was lifted, feel free to bring it back down. And we're gonna go ahead and stretch back, flex this front foot, come into that half split. So as you hold here, again, you may just feel this is great, this is a really nice stretch, but if you want a little more, sitting back may feel good. It's really a nice one for the lower back. It's almost like a child's pose for half of your body and a hamstring stretch for the other half. So just take a moment. Or of course, those of you that want that more full split, you can go half or all the way down. Whatever feels good, feel free to, again, lift that chest. Maybe sit tall or maybe come forward. Just take at least 5 breaths here. We're going to hold a little bit longer. Inhaling more of what you want in your life today and exhaling any stagnant energy, anything that you want to release from your body and mind today. All right, so we're going to take one more breath in. As we exhale, come up, push with our hands, tuck our back toe under, and we're going to go ahead and plant this foot down. Our back foot is going to step in a little bit, and we're going to create that triangle shape with our legs. Let your chest hang over that front leg. So just take a little more time here to really allow that leg to open up. You're welcome to flex through the foot and let your chest just keep falling closer towards that shin there. Or you can keep the toes down, just let your body hang again. You're welcome to come up a bit higher, hands on blocks, ankle or knee, whatever feels good here. Just breathe. Very good, you guys. As we feel ready, let's bend through that front knee, lift that back leg, and kick it up nice and high. So we're in our standing split position. Again, even if high is here, whatever that is for you, that you feel that stretch through that standing leg, guys. We're gonna bend our knees, tuck those knees together, breathe in. Exhale, push those legs apart. And again, tuck your knees in together, breathe in. Exhale, push apart. And just a few times, really allowing the hips, the knees, and the ankles to stretch. 2 more, breathe in. Exhale, push apart. One more time, breathe in, draw those knees in. Let's exhale, push the legs apart, hold. Again, maybe one hand back, maybe the other, and then we sweep up to stand. Awesome job. Just kind of maybe bend your knees a little bit, let those legs shake out. We're gonna open out to a wide stance now. So our toes are facing straight ahead. We're gonna hinge our body into a flat back. Bend our knees, reach forward, inhale, exhale, straighten the legs, reach side. Forward and straight inside. So both hamstrings are more warmed up at this point. We're now getting deeper into the hips, into the knees. Core is working here, shoulders are stretching. One more time. Reach forward, reach side, hold. Let's take a left hand down, right arm up, find a beautiful twist. Maybe even reach back as far as you like. So for some of us, going straight up is gonna feel great. For others, we may wanna rotate the chest a little more. Breathe in. Exhale, switching sides. Same thing, maybe just hold it nice and even here, gaze up. Maybe spiral and go a little more. And just take a moment, just breathe here. And then come back center. We're gonna gaze under our legs a little bit here. Just breathe. You can take your hands behind your back if you like and draw those arms down if that feels good for you. Just really going deep into those hamstrings. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more breath in. Now as we exhale, bring your chest over towards your left leg. Give that leg a hug. Bend that right knee and just breathe into that inner thigh and hip there. Straighten through that leg. Switch sides. And I know I'm kind of saying opposite. I'm just trying to mirror you guys here. So you can have your chest this time towards your right leg. Bend your left knee. Sink into it. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Breathe. Very good job. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead and turn our toes out. So we're going to find kind of this open squat. It's pretty deep what I'm showing here. But we're going to roll up slowly. If you need to make a narrower stance with the legs, that's okay. So arms reach out to a big V. Inhale. Exhale, pull the elbows back. Reach out, inhale. Exhale, pull back. Reach out, inhale. 2 more times. Exhale, pull back. Reach out, inhale. 1 more time. Exhale, pull back. Reach out, inhale. Now index finger and thumb together. Pull the elbows in. We're gonna lift those heels. And we're just gonna find that goddess pose. Shoulders back, chest open. Breathe in. Exhale. Try to see if we can stay 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Exhale. Take 1 more breath in. As we exhale, heels lower, elbows press against the knees, and we just kind of shift a bit side to side again. So I like to call these spider crawls, but we're really going from one side Skandasana to another. Just take a moment, guys. I'm going to show a few variations, but again, these are completely up to you as far as if you want to just stay up a bit higher. Some of you may want to be here. Some of you just want to hold the floor. But you can also try wrapping your arms around so that one arm goes around that knee, and this helps us to keep our chest open. Something we want to avoid in this pose is our knee falling forward. That can be really hard on our knees. So just try thinking about this. If this is something within your practice today, try opening your chest a bit more, maybe even gazing up here. Breathe in. Exhale, good. Let's go to the other side, crawl over. Same thing, if you want, guys, you can just hold up high like this, okay? So feel free to do that. And if you'd like to, you can also sink down lower or again, wrap the pose as we had mentioned earlier. So just take a moment, lift that gaze, lift that chest, lift that heart. And then we're gonna crawl one more time to our our first side. On this one, if you're up higher, you're gonna just reach as I'm showing here if you're up a little higher. If you're lower, you're doing the same thing, but you may just reach a little further, okay? So the poses, you can see they look very different, those two versions I just showed, but they're actually doing the same thing to open our body. It's just depending on where we're at personally on that day. And it's gonna be anywhere between those options as well. Let's go to the other side. So again, someone up higher may look like this. If you're down a little lower, you may be maybe here, or maybe even all the way to that foot. Just breathe for a moment. Beautiful job, and one more breath in. Now as we exhale, come up, we're gonna rotate our hands around our front foot. We're gonna step into our plank, and we're gonna go through chaturanga, cobra, or upward dog. And then we're gonna go into child's pose for a moment, and just breathe here. Just take a moment and allow everything to release. So allow your chest to release, your shoulders. Feel free to take any of the variations that you may like to take in your child's pose. So if you want to do wide-legged child's pose, you can open your knees maybe a little bit wider and let your chest fall forward there. So for wide-legged child's pose, you may be here. You can keep those knees right underneath of you as we were a moment ago, or you can even take your hands by your hips, shoulders down. So whatever option you choose, guys, I want you guys to find what feels best for you. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. So just to give ourselves a little moment to breathe. Breathing in. Exhale. Very nice job. As we're here, let's walk our hands a bit over to the left. With your right hand, give your left wrist a little pull. Very good. And then let's walk our hands over to the right. With your right hand, give your left wrist a bit of a pull. And then as we come back through center, we're going to reach our hands towards the front of the mat. Our knees are going to be right under our hips. We're going to press our chest forward, press our heart forward, and come into our puppy pose. So as we're here, if this is a bit intense, you can back off. Maybe you sit a little further back so it's not quite so much pressure on the shoulders and chest. For those of you that want even more intensity, bring the palms together, bend your elbows, and bring those foreheads toward, or bring the palms towards the foreheads or the tops of your head, depending on whether or not you're gazing forward or gazing down. So just feel those triceps stretching, those shoulders stretching. Breathe in. Breathe out. Think about your heart melting into the mat. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, arms reach forward. Let's slide out to our belly. Find our Sphinx position. Chest is open, lifting the gaze. Close the front of the jaw. We're going to let our right ear drop to right shoulder, lower the chin, left ear to left shoulder, back center, and then left ear to left shoulder, lower the chin, roll to the right, right ear to right shoulder, center. Let's go through that one more time, just taking little half rolls around, stretching the neck. And other way, let that tension go. Okay. And back center, hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, open through the heart. And then we'll tuck the toes, downward dog. Press those heels back, walk those feet. So we bend one knee and then the other. When you're ready, right leg is going to cross behind the left. We're going to sweep the right leg up for 1 and slowly lower. Sweep that right leg up for 2, slowly lower. Sweep the right leg up 3. Beautiful. 1 more and 4. Hold. See if you can keep that right leg up. Shift forward, lower chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Back into your downward dog split, raising the right leg. Let's shift into plank. Take the right knee over to the left elbow, right elbow, and then send the leg back. Let's do that again. Take that knee, left elbow, right elbow. Send the leg back. Let's do 1 more. Left, right, send the leg back, and then look under the right arm, bend that right knee. We're in our scorpion variation here. Feel free to flip this if you wish, or just keep that foot falling back. Lift through that chest. Breathe in. Exhale, and then from here, right hand down, right leg is up. And then right heel goes outside of that right hand. We're coming into lizard pose. So we're gonna release the right knee, right toes, and just take a moment here. So you're welcome to stay high on your hands. You're welcome to reach your hands forward, maybe drop to your elbows, or maybe go down a little deeper. So just find that lizard pose. We're just gonna be here holding and breathing. And then from here, when you're ready, we're going to come back up to the hands, tuck the back to under, raise that right leg nice and high, and then lunge that right foot up to the hands. Pivot the back heel, take a warrior one. We're going to draw the elbows down, inhale, exhale, straighten the leg, reach up, and again, draw down, inhale, exhale, straighten the leg, reach up, 2 more times, draw down, inhale, exhale, straighten, reach up, 1 more time, draw down, straighten, reach up, and then we go into warrior 2, press down. So I like to add movement with the poses, again, just to keep the joints nice and fluid here. Sometimes when we hold the poses for a long time, we can let a little bit more lactic acid build up in those muscles. Keeping it flowing, I want to keep you guys flowing through this. So let's hold here for a moment. Right palm lifts, we reach up and back, and just find that peaceful warrior. So we're gonna hold this one. This one is steady. So just take a few moments, breathe into it. And then straighten that right leg. Shift the left hip back. Right hand to the knee, ankle, foot, or the mat. Left arm is up. We're gonna circle that shoulder. And reverse. And take that arm around. 1, 2, and 3. Open up. Raise that arm high. You can stay here. You can bring your hand to your hip. Low back or thigh, gaze over that top shoulder. And remember here, if you need your hand up a bit higher, that's just fine here. Reach the arm back around so your legs stay exactly the same. We're just going to bring left hand to either the left foot, ankle, knee, or the mat. Raise that right arm high, gaze up at that hand. Breathe in. Exhale, come back center, lower your chest, bend your front knee, sweep those arms up, turning the body forward. Here we're going to push off of our right foot and find our tree pose. The foot is going to either go to your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. So I'm kind of facing my back towards you here just so you can follow right leg. But I'm going to show you guys a few options. For that, I will face for a moment this way. Don't worry, you don't need to turn around or anything. I just want to show you guys this variation, okay? We're going to try a growing tree here, shoulders back. We're going to sink, pull everything in. Exhale, reach those legs away. So pull in, exhale, reach away. Growing tree, it could be small, so maybe we reach out like this, okay? Or it could be high, okay? Medium, anywhere in between. And if you want next one, hold it out. So maybe we hold it out here. If you're high enough to grab it, you may want to. I've seen a lot of you guys starting to really get this, which is so fun to see. So just breathe, hold that balance. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, let that leg go. Beautiful. Let's step up to the opposite corner now. So sweep those arms high, breathe in. Exhale, big forward fold. Lift your chest, gaze forward, bend your knees, hands to the mat, lunge, step, jump, or hop to plank, lower chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. This time we're going to go right into downward dog. Tread those heels, walk those feet out. Left leg crosses behind the right, sweep it up, slowly lower, breathe in, exhale, sweep high, slowly lower, 2 more. One more time, sweep it up, hold. Okay, let's shift forward through plank. Left knee taps, right elbow, left elbow. Send that leg back, and again. Right, left. Send that leg back. Keep that breath going. Again, tap, right, left. Send that leg back. One more time, here we go. Right, left. Send the leg back, hold. Now look under that left arm, bend that left knee, and let's see if we can either hold this scorpion there or flip. Chest is open. Maybe even let the arm reach back, whatever feels good. And when you're ready, reach that top arm around. Left foot back down, left leg reaches up. We're going to lunge that foot up to the hands. Pivot the back heel, warrior one. Breathing in, exhale, pull down. Straighten that leg, reach up. Breathe in, pull down. Exhale, straighten and reach up again. Good, one more time, pull down, inhale. Exhale, reach up. Now turning and pressing down here. warrior two, and back up. So your feet stay the same, but we've rotated those hips. Open now, pressing those arms down, sweeping up one more time. Press down in warrior two, hold, flip your left palm and reach up and back. Peaceful warrior. Just take a moment here. Nice deep breaths in and out. Beautiful job. Hopefully you guys are starting to feel that flow. Okay, let's straighten that front leg. Left hand either to your knee, ankle, foot, or the mat. Maybe that right arm is up. My hair just keeps falling out today, guys, so we're just gonna let that go for now. Circle that arm, 3, and reverse, and circle 1, and 2, and 3. Reach that arm high, and you can either stay here, or maybe hand on your hip, the low back or thigh. Gaze up over that top shoulder. Just breathe. Let that breath keep going. Very good job, you guys. Take that top arm around, face the leg for just a moment so you can kind of square those hips, and then right hand either to the left foot, ankle, knee, or maybe the mat, and we raise that left arm up. So just raising that left arm nice and high, breathing in. Exhaling, taking your time here. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, release chest over that side. Good. All right, let's come back through center here. And we're going to go ahead and slowly roll up, keeping that bend in the left knee. I guess we can keep those toes turned out, right? We're going to push off that foot and catch into tree. So that is either at your ankle, calf, or maybe up to your thigh. We just want to avoid putting that foot directly on our kneecap because that could be a little bit too much tension than what we want. Again, I'm just going to face you guys for this moment because I want to show you again that dancing tree, okay? So sometimes they call it a growing tree, sometimes a dancing tree. I guess it's whatever you want to make it, okay? So if you want a more sway, sometimes you can even just do something simple. Maybe you don't want to extend leg, but maybe you want to act like a tree kind of being blown by the wind. How steady can you stay? Sometimes people can play with movement of the arms. This is for you to have fun and play, okay? So sometimes as adults, we don't feel like we can have fun or play. Everything is very serious, but I find that having moments to play makes life much more enjoyable. So, you know, find this to be fun. If you fall, it's okay. We just come back. So this is nothing too serious. We're just trying to breathe, open, and kind of find that growing tree and grow as well internally to a place where we can just allow things to be what they are. It's okay if we fall, it's okay if things don't work out quite as planned, but we just do what we can with what we have in that moment. So we're going to take one more breath in, exhale, release, beautiful job. Come up to the front corner of your mat, breathe in, reach up, exhale, big forward fold. Lift the chest, gaze forward. Bend the knees, hands around the feet, lunge, step, jump, or hop to plank. Find your chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Head can tip back, chest open. And then let's go back to our downward dog. Walk those feet out, tread through those heels. And this time, we're going to step our feet to a bit to the wider edges of the mat. Really send our hips back. And then bend the knees and let your hips fall between the heels. Wide-legged child's pose. So I think we mentioned earlier that we may do this. This is our moment. This is when we're doing that wide-legged child's pose, okay? Let's think about our next transition. I'm going to take you guys into rabbit pose, possibility of dolphin, and then maybe headstand. So one of the most common things people ask me is like how to do a headstand. And I think a lot of times people feel it's unattainable or something really challenging, but it's more about just doing the poses leading up to it for a certain amount of time until those poses feel easy for us. And then once we get to that place, we move along. So we kind of, our body will tell us when a certain pose is more comfortable, more easy, now we're ready for the next part. So I'm going to kind of guide you guys through what those 3 variations look like, and you move at your own pace, okay? Be gentle with your body and remember that we don't want to hurt ourselves. So this is nothing to push you. This is just to open you to whatever you're ready for today. So let's lace up our fingertips. Open those palms, and we want to cup our hands, okay? So I like to make this, we can do it seated for a moment. So I like to kind of have like I'm pushing the back of the head into the hands. This is to lengthen the neck rather than suppress the neck, or like we don't want our vertebrae to be squished together, right? That doesn't feel good. We want to lengthen. So when you push your head back into your hands, I want you guys to also think of growing your spine taller. So the top of your head is getting taller here. Now as we do that, we're going to close the elbows in on the head. And we're not upside down yet, but we're going there. But before we go upside down, I want to see if as you push your head back into your hands, you guys can feel your elbows press upward. So when I do this, I'm going to kind of face you guys for a sec. So if I were upside down, just imagining right now the floor is right here, okay? So if I push my head back into my hands, my elbows in, and I press upward, as you can see, it creates some space between my head and the floor. So when I do a headstand, typically my head is very lightly resting on the floor, but there's not weight there, and that's how you can stay in it for quite some time without hurting yourself, okay? So what we're going to do first is for rabbit, get that position. So we're going to roll the elbows down. Now keep pressing your head back into your hands and kind of feel more weight of your head back into your hands than in the floor at all. So you should just feel your head lightly touching. So this is rabbit pose, and I would suggest doing this pose for a while before going into dolphin or headstand. So when you start to feel very comfortable and confident here, I think at that point is a good time to transition to dolphin. So if you'd like to do that, your toes tuck under and you lift your knees just a little bit at first until you can straighten them. Once they're straight, you may want to walk them closer to your body a little bit until your hips stack over your knees. And I like to try starting with just these little rocks of your feet. And once your toes come up, you can float them up. You can either pull your legs straight up for a headstand. There's a few other ways to get into it. So another way would be to tuck and pop your knees in first and have this little ball shape and then go up. Or finally, another way a lot of people like to do is from a straddle. This one is one of my favorites. I'm going to show it this way. So if you're in a straddle in that forward fold that we often do and look under, you just kind of create that cup shape with your hands, head against those hands, and then you can sweep your legs out from the side and up, okay? So this is like a fun way. We were talking about kind of playing earlier, like you can sit up here and circle your ankles. If you're someone who is very stressed and you need that play in your legs, working on challenging things like getting a headstand is just like a fun way to give yourself a goal and get your focus more on just like playing and having fun in your life and not just working all the time. So just take that moment now in child's pose, whatever you were just doing, whether it was rabbit, dolphin, headstand. I'm sure your head is feeling a little bit maybe lightheaded a little bit or needing to just rest here for, I think, a little bit. Just keep that head kind of below your heart because we want to catch our breath. Very good. Just take a few moments. Feel free to really allow your forehead also to rest on that mat as well. So take that moment in that child's pose again. Take whichever variation you prefer here. Just breathe. And we're going to get ready to reverse this a little bit now and go more into our back, okay? So take your moment here. Last couple moments in child's pose, breathe. Then we're going to roll up to a kneeling position. We're going to work on a dancing camel today. I'm going to try to show this at a kind of different angle for you guys because sometimes certain angles are a little harder to see. So we're going to start taking our left hand either to our hip right here and reaching to the left or to our ankle and reaching. So I want you guys to feel openness through this front of the hip. We're going to really try to reach and open there. And then we're going to actually take a seat back. This time right hand could go to the ankle, but if I'm not feeling great there, I could always put the hand to hip. Okay, and again, guys, it's day by day because some days our back is more sore. We just want to be kind of mindful of that, okay? So we drop through the hips. Dancing camel, breathe, open those hips. So I like to move through this kind of at my own pace, but you guys are welcome to join me at this pace or to go slower, faster. Kind of, again, play with this a little bit. I'm starting to think that this class shifted from more inversion focus to rather play focus. So adding more fun in our movements and maybe even thinking about adding that intention in our life, more fun in our life as well. So as you're moving through this, just thinking about things that you can do maybe to add more fun into your life every day. What could you do to make it a little more enjoyable just in your everyday moments? So I'd love to come into full camel with you guys now. So let's circle around, full camel, heart presses open. If this is a bit much, maybe hands are on your hips, okay? Even if your hands are on your hips here, sternum up, okay? And then you don't want to dump too much in those hips. However, if you are here, your hips will go forward a bit. But you can also play around with letting the head go back, maybe sliding hands to knees, maybe dropping the head, maybe even bringing your elbows in. Again, you may surprise yourself. You've been doing yoga for a while. One day your body just opens in a way you never did before. And it's so much fun. So just take a couple more breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, come up. Beautiful, guys. Let's come into our hands and knees here. In our nice tabletop position, let's just give our back some love. Arch the back. Release the spine. As you do this, just really start to let it become a flow. And if you'd like, you can shift right knee, right hand up through center, left knee, left hand. So play around with this a little bit. Take your time. Feel free to maybe bend through the elbows if needed as we go through this. And let's go the other way. So just circle through that spine. Let that tension go. So now we're going to do this pose that is kind of fun for that lower back release, especially after all that back bending. Our lower back may need extra love here. So right leg is back, okay? I call this one tiger tail. I've heard other names for it, but we're going to bring that toe or that tail over to the left. This is your right leg over to the left, and you're gazing at that foot, okay? Then you're going to move that toe out to the right, and you're gazing at that foot. So you're going to kind of let your gaze move with your leg, okay? So just keep breathing. Look at that foot, and then look at that foot. So I like to look with the eyes because it helps us turn our head and stretch our neck, and we often want to remember that our neck is part of our spine as well, because that's going to help us to really get the deeper movements by adding that head. Let's do one more. Good, and then going back, cross that knee behind. So right knee behind left. Sit hips to heels and just round in. So this is a really fun way to get into that cow-faced pose. Okay, we want to let our chest fall over that front shin. I like to even tuck my chin over the knee, so that may be possible for you. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. Good, guys, as we exhale, let's come back around. Let's uncross that right knee. Round through cat stretch again. Release for cow. And now finally, flat back, left leg back, tiger tail. Toe to the right, gaze with your eyes. Toes to the left, gaze with your eyes. Let's move through that side and side. So this is really great again for that spine. Just allowing that full C-curve stretch from your head all the way through that tailbone. And hopefully releasing some tension in our lower back, because I know lower back can be a very common place for tightness. Even me often is one of the more challenging places for me to open up a little deeper. So one more breath inside, and then over to the right. Let's tuck in behind the left and sit hips to heels and stretch here. Beautiful. Just enjoy this moment. So right thigh is on top of the left, and you're just sitting your body back. Very good job. Okay, let's come forward. Uncross those knees, tuck those toes under, keep your knees bent, and then very slowly extend the legs through downward dog. Shift out to plank, lower chaturanga, curl the chest up, cobra or upward dog, and back into downward dog, guys. Two more, so ripple out to plank. Lower chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Lift the hips and send those hips back, downward dog. One more time, plank, lower chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Lift through the hips, press the hips back. And let's go ahead now, raise that right leg high. Bring that right knee up towards the hands. Okay, this one's a little challenge for your core. You're gonna lightly tap the knee and then draw it to your belly for one. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. And then release for pigeon. Beautiful job. Find that pigeon, lift through the chest. Inhale. Exhale over that front leg. Feel free here to take a moment to adjust as needed. So I will show you guys a few options for pigeon today. So we can always have our heel closer to our front hip if needed. Okay, or we can pull it more forward so that our hips are more square this way. If that's feeling good for us, if our hips are more open, and we can even tuck the back toe, lift the knee. And this is a beautiful way to open up through the front of that hip. I love to do that when my front of the hip is very tight. So this way we get the outer hip here and the front of the hip on the other leg at the same time. A beautiful way to open the body. Just take a couple more breaths in, a couple more breaths out. And use this moment to start to cool it down, because aside from the other side where we're lifting the knee, we're getting ready for some more relaxing stretches. So one more breath in. Very good. As we exhale, back up to the hands. Toe tucks under, plank position. Let's lower chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. And going back into downward dog. Walk those feet out. Okay, from here, let's one more time, just ripple forward through plank, lower chaturanga, cobra or upward dog, and back into downward dog. Then raising that left leg up nice and high, breathe in. Exhale, shift forward, left knee forward. Let's just lightly tap the knee and lift. So pulling that knee up toward your belly, engaging that core a little bit more. 2 and 1, beautiful, release for pigeon. So again, it could still be heel very close to hip, or forward. Make sure though that your back knee can face the mat, okay? Lift the chest if you wish, inhale. Exhale, come forward. And remember, if you'd like to lift that back knee, you're welcome. So play around with it again. The more we try out different things with our body, see what feels the best for us, we're able to usually find some really nice options for ourselves that give us just what we need. There's definitely poses that are working for everybody. So even if some of the poses don't fit right for you today on your body, that's no problem at all, because there's modifications for everyone. So always feel free when we're in person, you know, if you are in a pose and it's just not feeling right for your body, just asking for modifications or ways that we can do this so it works for our body and we get that stretch we need. So one more breath in. Exhale, come up this time. We're going to just rotate. So we're going to try to pull left leg in, right leg out. So we have kind of this seated position, one foot tucked in, one leg out. We're going to reach up and over here, big, beautiful side stretch through the body. And then come back up, turn, face that leg, breathe in. Exhale over that straight leg, let your chest fall over the leg. Very good job, you guys. Let's come up, switch legs. So we're gonna pull the opposite foot in, other leg out, up and over, big side stretch. Really think about anchoring that bottom hip down so we can open up this area here where the hip meets our waist, and we sometimes can have some stuck energy there. So just creating some opening here. Breathe in. Exhale, come up. Let's face that leg, reach up and over the leg. Just relax here. Let your spine release, twist and feel any tension just melting away from your lower back. Very good. And then coming back up, let's try opening our legs. So this is our straddle. It may look like this. It may be wider. It's just up to you where you can open today and where you feel like is a stretch that you can enjoy as well. So let's reach over to one side. Make sure wherever we're at, we're in a place where it's a beautiful stretch for us. It feels good. It feels open in our body. If we're feeling tight or resistance, just being open to noticing that and maybe not needing to know why or anything like that, but just respecting it, moving to where we feel good. And that can allow us more information sometimes, just bringing our awareness to what's happening in our body. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more breath in. As we exhale, come up. Let's think about walking our hands forward, bringing our chest as far close to the floor as we're able, or if you're at home and you have some pillows or even couch cushions, anything you want to put in front of you to lean on. Sometimes that can be really a nice way to relax when maybe going all the way down is not happening at this time. And you can put any blocks or pillows or whatever you'd like to fold forward and let yourself rest on. So just take about 3 more breaths here. Alright guys, let's come up. Let's kind of take a little shake of our legs in. And we're going to sit. You can do a nice cross leg dip. Butterfly is a little intense. If you'd like though, take a butterfly. And we're going to do a little dance side to side with our waist. Reaching and then circle through the center back up. And we go the other way. So now we go 1, 2, 3, and circle that body around. This can feel great again for that lower back as long as we stay grounded through the tailbone. Good. 2, and 3, and big circle around. Good, last time. 1, 2, and 3, big circle around. Good. As we come up, let's twist and just kind of face one knee, and just let your chest come over that knee for a moment, kind of nose to knee type of feeling here. Hold inside, big deep side stretch. Good, come up, twist the other way. Good, and then walk over that knee, nose to knee type feeling there. Raise that top arm, look under. Good, back up, reach up, reach forward. So I like to almost imagine like someone out in front of me has grabbed my wrist and given me a little bit of a pull so that I can feel a little more stretch through the back. And hopefully we'll be doing some partner yoga in the future, so we can kind of show some more examples of how we can add some more tension when we actually have someone that can pull or give us a little extra stretch there. So just using our imagination at times, though, can help a lot. So one more breath in. Exhale, come up. Let's slide our hands behind us, close the knees, just kind of shift those hips side to side, let those knees stretch. Okay, and then I'm going to turn to the side here, guys, and show for our next variation, we're going to go into boat pose. So let's start with a supported boat. Chest tall, spine long, and just lift our feet. So we have kind of this right angle in the legs if you want to start there. If you're open to straighten it, give it a try. If it feels good, stay. And then when you're ready, see if we can keep the back straight. This is usually the harder part. Reach one arm out, then the other. So I know for me, like I can usually put my legs closer, but then my back is more rounded. So finding that straight back, that can be tough, but we're gonna really fight for that, work for that today. So we're gonna hold the back of our legs, begin to bring them closer. So it could be the back of your thighs closer. If your legs are straight, it could be going here. And then flex your feet and open, and then try to find that tall spine. So knees could be bent. Legs can be straight. You can hold your ankles, feet behind the knees. So even if you're here, okay, what you're going for is super straight back, okay? It is challenging. We're gonna work for that. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's do 1 more breath in. Exhale. Okay, now we can finally round that back. We're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna just roll back into our happy baby. And if you didn't quite make it there with a simple roll, that's okay too. Find happy baby however feels most comfortable in your body today. And as we're in happy baby, maybe rock a little side to side. And personally, I love to do a reclined straddle here, but that may not be for everyone. However, I have seen some people love to do it this way, or to even do their pigeon, or not their pigeon, their happy baby, there we go, this way. Because if we have very internally rotated hips, doing this version could be a lot for us. So if you're very internally rotated, this is fine as well, okay? Or again, feel free to do your straddle. So we're just gonna take a moment here, maybe about 3 breaths, just breathe in. Exhale, let any tension melt away as we just begin to relax and breathe here. All right, guys, we're gonna very slowly begin to close the legs. Circle those ankles right up above you, reverse, and then let's take that left leg, cross over the right, bend the knees, and let's bring both knees over to the left, arms to the right, and just feel that twist. As you're twisting, feel your lower back begin to open up, feel your shoulders mounting into the floor, and just breathe here. Very good job. Let's slowly come back through center, and left leg crosses over right, and we bring those knees over to the right, arms to the left. Again, a beautiful twist. Just allow that spine to release. Very good job here. All right, let's come back center. Let's take our feet to the wider edges of the mat and just kind of let our knees knock together. And as that happens, let's place right hand over left shoulder, left hand over right shoulder. Let's close our eyes and just take some deep breaths here. Feeling your chest and your belly rise and fall. get you guys, let's slowly open the knees, press the lower back flat down, and then float your arms overhead. We're gonna very slowly roll up through each vertebrae as our hips press high and melt our spine down. So we're gonna do one more roll up just like that. And this time I want you guys to either just stay here and hold, or maybe walk your heels closer and grab your ankles. Or for those of you that would like to try a wheel and just press up, go right ahead. And you can shift your weight a little forward and back in wheel. If you want to try more narrow wheel, you can walk your hands in. Of course, you can try raising one leg and then the other, just getting into this where your body's ready today. And taking about 1 to 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Exhale, 1 more breath in. And when you're ready, tuck that chin and roll that spine back on down. Hug those knees and just rock side to side. And then we're gonna go ahead and stretch the legs up. So push those knees to as straight as you can. Circle those ankles above you. Reverse direction. All right, guys, we're going to try to think about staying in our legs up the wall or to go into our shoulder stand or plow. So before we do any lifting of the hips yet, let's just look up at our feet and check if we're flexing those feet, so heels are pressing up, and if we're straightening the backs of the knees, and we're just finding a really nice kind of L shape in our body, or maybe more of a right angle shape. Okay, once you have that and that's feeling pretty comfortable for you, if you'd like to try going into shoulder stand or plow, you can push your elbows in right by your rib cage and then kind of drive those elbows into the floor and place your hands on your back, okay? So holding up here can be a challenge. Really try to get those legs up, point through those toes if you can, and maybe you can even bring your legs over towards the top of your head or overhead, maybe even bend the knees. These are, again, just differences in what we personally each feel comfortable with. So just take your time. I sometimes really do enjoy bending those knees and just really releasing that spine, or sometimes maybe it feels better to have a very straight legs and really open up. Think about lifting those vertebrae higher even as you go up and over, and maybe even taking it up and holding here. So we're having a couple more breaths. Breathe in. Even if you chose to stay and legs up the wall, that's totally fine. Just whatever you need today. 1 more breath in. Exhale, melt that spine down with control slowly. Bend your knees, feet together. Recline Baddha Konasana or just recline butterfly. Just breathe. Let your, again, chest and belly rise and fall with your breathing. Thank yourself for all of this work that you've done for your body today. Know that each time that you give yourself to just enjoy life and find some playfulness in the moment, you're giving yourself the gift of being in that present moment. So just making maybe an intention to add more of those moments into your life daily. If any distracting or stressful thoughts come up during Shavasana, just let those go as you exhale. And you're welcome to go into a straight leg Shavasana or stay here with those feet together. We'll just be here for another couple of breaths. When you're ready, you can begin to reach your arms overhead. Maybe clasp those hands and lengthen your spine a bit. And then we'll go ahead and close, left knee over right. Open those knees and maybe close right knee over left. Open those knees, and then when you're ready, give those knees a nice big squeeze again and just rock a little bit side to side. Once you feel ready, take a hold of the back of your thighs. See if you can press your thighs into your hands, rock up. And then from here, we'll sit with our legs right out in front of us, okay? So we're gonna flex our feet. Before we complete class, let's do one big forward fold here, just over our legs, just a seated forward fold. And so we're gonna start with keeping our feet flexed and our thighs very active. We'll take a few breaths here. Remember that if you need to hold the feet and keep your spine lengthened, you can. Finding that hinge from your hip and from your lower back. And then as you're ready, we're going to let our thighs completely relax. Continue the fold. So we let go of the engagement of the legs. Just fall here. Very good, you guys. As we come up to sit slowly, let's sit in a cross-legged or a lotus position. Let's just take a moment. Roll those shoulders back. Shoulders forward. Let's let the ear drop to one shoulder. Other side. We'll just roll the head side to side. Big stretch up and over. Circle around once again. Side and up. We'll take it the other way. Side. Through the center, side and up. Inhaling those arms nice and high. Exhale, reaching forward. And as we roll up to sit, palms open, eyes closed. Again, coming back to whatever that intention was that you said at the beginning of class. Whatever it is you want more of in your life today. Coming back to that again, and also finding something you're grateful for that you want to carry with you throughout the rest of your week, just to bring that back to yourself anytime you need a smile on your face. And let's inhale the palms together, exhale the palms in front of the heart, and namaste. Thank you guys again for joining me. I'm so glad a few of you guys were still able to do the class. And yeah, we will be out in the field hopefully next week. But guys, if for any reason it's raining, we'll just be right here live streaming at 6. So I will see you 6 next week, Thursday, and have a beautiful evening.